guys, here I am for another video. This is the second part of the third video brought to you by Riyad Quba, an English teacher. Today we will be talking about the top 9 mistakes students usually make when dealing with the free writing task in the baccalaureate exam. If you're interested and you want to find out more, please continue watching this video. Welcome back. Before getting started, let me remind you of the first, the second, and the third parts of this series. In the first one, we talked about the top mistakes students usually make in the reading section. The second one was about the top mistakes in the language exercises. In the third video, part 1, we talked about the mistakes that students usually make in the guided writing task. You can find the links to the videos in the description box below. And if you're new here, subscribe to our channel so that you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. Mistake number 1, no introduction and no conclusion. Many students tend to neglect the introduction and the conclusion parts. In the sample essay, for example, the student was asked to write a speech about the following topic. As you can see, he or she started with the body parts right away. Some other students, unfortunately, forget either the introduction or the conclusion part, as shown in this example. These two elements are the backbone of a good essay. The introduction is important because it gives a first impression and prepares the examiner for the content. And as for the conclusion, it provides closure for the examiner while reminding him of what you have already written. To cut a long story short, keep this in mind. The majority of the writing tasks, such as an article, a speech, a presentation, must include an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Easy, right? So keep this in mind. Let's move on now to mistake number 2, no clear plan. In this part of writing, the free writing section, some students write with no plan in mind. When you read the essay over and over again, we can find concrete sentences. We feel that the student is just throwing their ideas randomly and accumulating them without a trace of coherence. So my tip is focus on organizing your ideas, make them as clear as possible, tell the examiner what you want to say. But some students may ask, how do I do that? This leads me to my next point and to the next mistake. Mistake number 3, no use of linkers. Students find it difficult or find it too difficult to link their ideas and use them effectively. But if they use linkers, they add them randomly and ineffectively. So my tip is use the appropriate linker in the right place. Mistake number 4, memorizing ready-made essays, copy and paste. Some students are so frustrated when they don't find the topic they prepared for in the exam paper. So what do? They try to force the ideas and sentences that they had learned in their essays. They copy and paste ready-made paragraphs they had learned by heart, and this is not correct. So my tip to you is read the topic carefully, try to identify what you need to write about, and to adapt what you have learned to the essay. Write the essay you need to write, not the one you have been set. Mistake number 5, the use of Facebook language. In some free writing tasks, students are asked to write a Facebook post. We find that many of them use the Facebook language, such as emoji, smileys, and messages abbreviations like HRU, which stands for how are you. So my tip is do not use this informal style. Keep in mind that even if it is a Facebook post, you must not use everyday language. You must write in a formal way. This is an example, so you have to keep this in mind. Mistake number 6, rewriting the instruction. Some students tend to rewrite the instruction of the essay as it is, or write some parts of the reading comprehension text are parts of the paragraphs in the language part, which goes invalid and irrelevant. These parts have nothing to do with the writing task. Mistake number 7, spelling mistakes. Many students make a lot of spelling mistakes, and this happens for one reason or another. Sometimes we come across very good essays in terms of ideas and information, but we find a lot of spelling mistakes, and these mistakes affect the quality of your writing, which can prevent you from getting a good grade. So the students here may ask, what should I do? This leads me to my next point, which is mistake number 8, proofreading. Proofreading means finding and correcting mistakes in a text. It provides you the final polish to your words, ensuring clarity of message and good grades. To do so, I advise you to leave 5 to 10 minutes at the end of the exam to go over what you have written, and I'm sure that you will find some mistakes. The majority of students here do not proofread or revise what they have written. But some of you might ask, what elements should I proofread? The answer is very easy. Let's check these elements together. The introduction, the body, and the conclusion, subject-verb agreements, spelling mistakes, cohesion, adherence to the task, grammar mistakes, punctuation, and capitalization. This leads me to my next point and to the next mistake. Mistake number 9, punctuation and capitalization. These two elements are most of the time neglected by students. This is among the things you need to proofread for after writing your essay. Sometimes we find 4-line sentences, which makes it hard for the examiner to understand your ideas. So my tip is make your punctuation and capitalization clear and apparent. It gives the examiner the impression that you are aware of them and that you know what you are doing. Let's recap now the main points. Do not forget the introduction and conclusion. Do not write with no clear plan in mind. Do not forget to use the linkers effectively. Do not memorize ready-made essays. Do not use the Facebook language. Do not rewrite the instruction. Do not make spelling mistakes. Do not forget to proofread your writing. And finally, do not forget punctuation and capitalization. That's all for me, guys. Before ending this video, I would like to remind you of the grading criteria which some of you might not be aware of. The elements of assigning grades are the following: adherence to the task, language and grammar, mechanics, punctuation, and capitalization. If you follow these tips, you will develop good writing habits that will not only serve you well in school, but this will prove beneficial in the long run as written accuracy benefits professionals throughout their careers. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and also to make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much. Love and peace. Riyadh.